Mountain Duo. They'll figure out which dudes are overrated and rave about the flavors that they love. With a ranking scale that's way too complicated. It's Mountain Dew they're connoisseurs of. They'll compare different flavors of Mountain Dew. Make OGs and newbies go toe to toe. They'll tell stories about their crew and share the scores with you. They're Bob and Phil, and they are the Mountain Duo. Oh, play it, boys.
Hey, let's go.
Let's go. I'm Phil.
I'm Bob.
And we are
the Mountain Duo. And that, I don't know which way, I don't know how it shows, but one way or the other is a super special guest, Team Supernova.
Hello.
Welcome. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we have been a little giddy about getting you on here and getting to have you part of this. So we're super excited. Let's why don't you introduce yourself? Maybe we got some of our people that don't know who you are that are watching. And then we'll also, I think we're going to get your links. Right, Phil?
Hey.
Hey, there we go.
Little overlay there.
All right, perfect. We're going to put your links in the comments as well. And before we get started, congratulations on 5,000
Oh, thank you.
IG on your way to 10,000 for the year, and you're ahead of schedule.
Thank you so much.
Let's keep that rolling, folks. Get on
Yeah.
that right there. Team Supernova FB. Is it the same across all of your, or is there a little bit different?
It's the same on everything except for TikTok. For some reason on TikTok, I decided to do Team Supernova Official.
Well,
switch it up.
That's right. That's right. So how are you on that? Wait, I don't have TikTok. I've never had it. Do you have? Is that easier to get followers or?
I'm not. I don't post on it a lot. I'll be honest. But it's weird because I had probably 2 months that I didn't post on it at all, and I would check and I'd still be getting followers. So
nice.
Maybe
that's good.
Yeah.
When it's
is it good to post your all my links page in the comments so people can find you everywhere?
Fine. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool.
Oh yeah, perfect.
There we go.
So y'all, if you get a chance, I mean, right now, just go down in the comments. I'm guessing that's there. But go on there, click subscribe, like, comment, and put some comments on there, and follow everything that he's got. Super, I don't know, he's really good at finding some back channels to get Mountain Dew info, artwork, release dates, new flavors coming out. Like, he is ahead of the game, so make sure you get over there and follow Team Supernova.
I know that anytime that I think, oh, when was that Mountain Dew coming out? First place I go is one of your pages. I'll go to your Instagram, find it right there. I got all the information I need. It's perfect.
Yes.
I love that you always have detailed information and accurate information. It's awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
now it's time
absolutely.
for you to introduce yourself. Tell us how you've been doing this and how you got started into it and all that kind of stuff. Because I asked you to do that 3 minutes ago, and then I just kept talking. So I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. So I'm Tebow, Team Supernova. I got into Mountain Dew back 2008, 2009, Democracy, when we had Supernova versus Voltage versus Revolution. Supernova was what kind of got me into Mountain Dew. Then after that, Mountain Dew back in the day did this kind of little insider group called Dew Labs. And I was a part of that. And got to do all sorts of kind of voting and giving opinions and stuff like that. But when I started Team Supernova was back during the Diet Fandumonium promotion. I made Team Supernova in 2010, 2011 to support Diet Supernova. And ever since then, I've just been posting to, posting the news, posting the leaks, posting all that good stuff.
So, can I ask how old you are? If you started this 14 years ago?
I'm 29.
So you were like in high school and you were like, I'm going to start this.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And one of my favorite memories with it was, shoot, how long ago was this? Back when Pitch Black came back during the Back by Popular Demand promotion. Mountain Dew came to my house
What?
Yeah, they came to my house in a Pitch Black branded Camaro, and I got to try. They gave me a test bottle and all that, and I got to try it before it hit the shelves again.
What?
I mean,
Did they let you drive the car too?
Oh no, I wish, but
Mountain Dew
awesome.
came to your house?
yeah, that was a blast.
Well, how
Was it
old
the-
were you?
was
Were
it
you
the-
old enough to drive?
I might have been 15.
Oh,
I know.
jeez.
I think my parents had to sign a form or something.
Was it the person in the bottle costume driving the car?
I wish.
Dang, that's all right. Okay, so
Yeah.
so you know a lot of these promos. Like I have been a fan of Mountain Dew since I was, I don't know, 11 something, 12 years old. But I don't know. I just know that Pitch Black would show up every once in a while, and I'd get it and drink it. But I
Right.
don't know. Like you're going through the promos, and they did this promo, and I'm just like, what? Okay, cool, yeah. What else was it? So that's awesome. So you're like an encyclopedia. I like it. Is anyone, folks that are on here, post some comments. We got to get some questions going before we get into this Mountain Dew tasting.
I will say, speaking of Pitch Black, I haven't posted about it, but have you two heard the rumor that's going around about Pitch Black?
I was gonna wait, but I was gonna ask if you were here tonight to announce that they're going nationwide, full coverage, Pitch Black, full time, starting June 1st. Is that what you're here tonight for?
Not so much.
No. Okay. Dang it. Oh. I thought maybe we were going to get that.
Pitch Black exclusive to me only.
Perfect.
As much as you can fit in a pitch black Camaro.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is that it's coming back to the fountain machine at Speedway and 7-Eleven. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay.
Because in June, isn't 7-Eleven Speedway getting
Infinite Swirl.
Infinite Swirl? So is it going to be after that? Is that maybe the timing, or would it be?
I think I
the
saw
same
it's this
time?
fall.
Okay.
Yes. Hey, here we go. Let me pop it up there. That is cool. Yes, super cool. Everything that he's said so far is super cool. I'm not sure what that is specifically in reference to, but yes, awesome. Thank you, Warhawk Rambo. Sweet name, too.
True.
Infinite Swirl. Yeah, let's go. I'm really excited for that one, too. It looks delicious.
I'm also really excited about it.
So, and I like that I live now where there are a lot of 7-Elevens. Because I got a lot of opportunities. When we tried to do the Pitch Black Icy Slurpee review, I had to run to 3 or 4 of them that night at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, wow.
Because the first one I went to, they didn't have it even in the machines anymore. And I was just there like a couple days before. I was like, I asked the guys, like, where's the Pitch Black Slurpee? He's like, oh, we don't have it anymore. I was like,
Wow.
just did like a one run, like we're done. He's
Wow.
like, yeah, I guess so. Then I went to another one. It was straight liquid.
Oh,
And then I started calling, and I couldn't get a hold. No one would answer, and I just kept driving to another one, and got there, and they had it. So, but if we were in Louisiana still, I don't know. I don't think we had a 7-Eleven in Alexandria. We had a lot of Circle K's everywhere. So from my house, probably 5 of them within 3 miles. So Purple Thunder every day. Super cool. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just jacked up right now. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. I'm gonna come at you guys like a spider monkey.
Maybe we should get into the review a little bit, and then we can keep asking questions along the way.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Okay. Well, what are we drinking?
What are we
Everybody
thinking?
should
What are
know
you
by the name.
drinking? I don't know how to do it. Yeah. Oh, we're all 3 cans. No bottles
Mountain
tonight.
Dew.
That's right.
Baja Point Break Punch.
The new
Dew with a-
2024 Baja release.
Yes.
Summer.
Dew with a blast of natural and artificial tropical punch flavor.
Yes.
All right. Well,
I think
before
we've
we
all
open
had
them
it
up,
before.
we have all had it before, I think. So,
Yep.
But before we get into it, we will talk about the packaging and design.
Oh, do you have a
I
box?
have a box.
You do? Okay.
I do.
good. Whew.
Is that upside down? Is that right?
It's hard to do it. You always
hard.
here. Hold on. How do I can?
Here.
Nope. What's going on here?
Here, let me try.
Hold on. I had it. What are you doing? Get over there.
Put me over there. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
All right. So there's like a octopus guy here. I love his bucket hat.
Yep.
On this side, there's one of those fish again. I can't remember what they're called.
Anglerfish?
Possibly.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
There are several fruits on there, which makes sense for a punch. There's cherries over here. There are what looks to be a raspberry, maybe,
I
or
would say yep.
these
Pineapple?
down here look like blueberries, even though they're pink. But that just could be it's easier to just
You
leave
don't
them
have to
pink
add
instead
that
of adding
extra
another
color.
color.
Yep.
Yeah. Then there's a pineapple in here and here.
Are those
And I
slices
think-
pineapple? Those circles, rings?
I think so. I brought some of this into work, and we were looking at the package, and I was convincing myself that those were like gummy lifesavers because it kind of tastes like the gummy lifesavers a little bit,
Okay.
tropical ones. And then
Yeah.
and then one of my coworkers was like, maybe those are pineapple slices, and I was like, oh, that makes much more sense.
I really like up in the top corner the how the sunset is a pineapple slice.
Oh yeah,
Yes, they are very good at making the sun into that. And I like on that sunset how it's reflecting off of the water.
Yes.
I think that's kind of a neat little design detail there that really.
Right, just that little squiggle of
Yep.
yellow there makes it look like it's reflecting. Yeah, that's
Yes.
good.
Yeah. Can is pretty much. Well, let me switch. I guess I could have had you do it. Can looks fairly similar, just less space. But you do have the wave, the Baja wave, or whatever we call that, going on.
Yep. On the
Little
logo part.
fish. Yep. And the sun on this one also. Ooh, where is the sun?
Over
Right
the
there.
W on Mountain Dew. Yeah, there you go.
Right there. Also has that little squiggly reflecting line. Sunset-ish. Sunrise, sunset. Which one do you think that is?
Sunset.
Yeah, I'd guess sunset too.
Okay.
I'm a night owl. I see a lot more sunsets than sunrises.
Yep.
Yeah, but you know what my man Kenny Chesney said? No. Is it Kenny Chesney? No. Luke Bryan. Yeah, get it back normal. Oh, hey.
I also have a bottle, which is probably the least amount of design space.
Yeah.
But I like.
Do they
the
have
cap on
these
there.
in 16.9?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I've not seen it. Uh-oh. There we go.
There we go.
I got in the middle somehow. I don't need to be that.
Yeah. So now we get to give a score for packaging and design.
Mm-hmm.
I'll remind everybody we have 6 categories. We rate from 1 to 6, with 1 being the lowest, 6 being the highest, for a total of 36 possible points.
And Team Supernova also has one of our judging criteria, so he will be giving us an official score tonight as well. Let's go.
Who wants to go first?
Well, I can. I'm ready.
Okay, I'm ready as well.
For my package and design, we kind of went over. There's a lot of cool stuff going on, a lot of stuff to like. And Point Break is kind of a cool name for the Baja. So I know that's part of the name, but where we are, I'm giving it a 5. 5 points for packaging and design.
Okay. Tebow, you want to go next?
Same line of thought. I'm giving it a 4 though. Oh, there's pen all over my hands.
You got a leaky
I'm giving it a 4.
I actually gave it a 6. I like the colors a lot. I like both the octopus there with his bucket hat and that other fish there. The little dangler that he's got out front is actually a blueberry, which I think is kind of awesome too. And I just like all the fruit on there too. It makes it look punchy.
Fruit punchy.
So, yep.
Yes. So Team Supernova has been Mountain Duo'd. Where if something can go wrong, it's going to go wrong on here. His pin is leaking. So it's completely our fault that's happening. You could write with that thing for 25 years if you never came on here. And it never would have had any issues. Get on here, problems galore.
All right. That brings us to the next category, the appearance of the drink. I'm gonna.
Are you gonna pour? Do you have the?
I do.
Ooh, nice.
Have the chalice. It's interesting. When I finally found the bottles of this, I found the bottles before I found cans. I finally found the bottles. I came walking out of a gas station with a bunch of them in my hands, as many as I can hold. And I walk out, and there's this guy standing outside the gas station. He says, "Oh, you got the watermelon Mountain Dew, huh?" I was like, "Actually, this one's a new one." So the pinkness of it must have given off the Major Melon vibe to it. But
are we still rolling with Major Melon?
Yes.
I thought Spark and Major Melon, for some reason, at one point or another, I thought they were both going away, but I keep seeing them. So then I'm like, Major Melon, I'm okay with it either way, but Spark is still around, and I am back on another Spark kick, by the way.
So back late last year, like around the time that we got all of the leaks for this year, we initially thought that Major Melon and Spark were going to be just fully cut. And then a couple months later, I got word of, no, not so much. Both of the zeros had a lot of cuts. But Spark and Major Melon themselves are kind of just sticking around.
So Warhawk Rambo is saying limited markets for the Major Melon. What's the deal with the limited markets and why are they so slow in Colorado and DFW to get these new flavors out? I mean, we're like 3 weeks behind finding them to do these reviews.
I wish I had an answer for the second part.
Golly.
there's
I
Pepsi
do know
bottling right downtown Denver, but for some reason
that
still slow to
opened
get
pretty
around.
recently, didn't it?
I'm not sure. I just saw it for the first time in January, I was up there for the stock show and drove looking for parking and drove a couple blocks away. And I was like, oh, Pepsi. Cool.
I know that some of the flavors, it's interesting because some flavors Pepsi requires to be carried across the board. Baja Blast, Code Red. But then some of them, like Spark, is now not on the must carry list. So if that starts to be harder to find, that's why. But then you have flavors like Livewire, which what I'm told for that is that the distribution factories can't produce a competitor of like, so if backtrack, if they're producing for Dr. Pepper 7-Up,
Sunkissed.
yeah, so if they're producing Sunkissed, they can't also produce Livewire.
Oh, really?
They have like a non-compete agreement, which is pretty disappointing if you ask me. Because I know when I was out in Colorado, I used to be able to find Livewire cans all the time. And then they kind of just up and left. And then... And I know another example of that I hadn't really thought about. But last year, as people probably noticed, Pitch Black was not described as being a grape flavor. It was described as being a citrus punch flavor. But there's Sunkissed grape. So my thought is maybe they did that to kind of get around that non-compete.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, does Livewire... it doesn't say orange on it, does it?
I don't. It's been a while since I picked up a Livewire.
I've got 4 cases of it over there. But I can't. My eyes are too old to see it from here.
So the terminology you're using there, we've actually, Bob and I have talked about this a whole lot because we're trying to figure out when they have a release, say this one that we're about to drink.
Yeah.
Does Pepsi decide what stores it goes into? Do the stores decide if they're going to carry it? Like what is the process with that?
I think that I'll say before I continue, this I'm speculating. I'm not 100% positive. But as I understand it, Pepsi has to sell it into the stores to convince them to want to carry it. Now, with flavors like Game Fuel or the Baja flavors, there's not really any convincing needed.
Okay.
But the other thing that I have heard stores tell me is that, especially Walmart, a lot of times why you won't see releases early at Walmart is because the way that they're receiving is they literally can't accept these into their back room if they get it early.
Yeah, Pepsi stocks it straight from the truck to the shelf, right?
I think so.
So when Baja got released nationwide this, I guess, winter, this beginning of the year, right after Christmas, whenever, I was down in Austin and was in Walmart while they were stocking it. And we knew that it was coming out. And it was supposed to be the beginning of the year, but I got some pictures of that and posted it, and then it kind of like opened the floodgates. And people were like, "Oh, is it out already?" And people started looking for it, and kind of started showing up here in the next couple of days. But yeah, I was just, every time I go into Walmart or a grocery store, even though I might not be buying it, I do walk over to the Mountain Dew section and take a look.
You always got to check.
Yeah, I got to see what might be here.
Man,
Which,
every time I drive past a Walmart or a grocery store, I'm peeking in the front, peeking in the back. If I see a Pepsi truck, I'm stopping and going in, talking to them to figure out what they're putting on the shelves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have got that. I should have got that guy because the guy told me that was stocking the shelves. I should have had him let me go out and video and take some pictures of inside the truck with like just stock full of Baja Blast because he was really cool. He's like, "Oh, I got some more over here. Come over here." he's like showing me where he stocked enough already and all that. So it was actually kind of neat.
It's interesting to me how different of experiences I've had just talking to different Pepsi reps. Sometimes they're super knowledgeable and they know the upcoming flavors that I'm talking about. And then the what's it called? The newest Kickstart flavor that just came out, Strawberry Startup.
Yeah.
I was still out in Colorado and it had been out for like 2 months. I don't know if it ever came to Colorado, but it had been out for 2 or 3 months and I hadn't seen it anywhere. And I was asking the Pepsi reps about it and they were like, that's photoshopped. That's fake. And I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Or another time I went to ask a Pepsi rep about when they were going to be getting in Mountain Dew Flamin' Hot. And I had a picture of that. And they said, "Oh, do you mean Code Red?"
Yeah. So most of the time when I talk to them, they're like, if it's not on the shelves, I don't know. You know, and I got to kind of give them a little history. Like, all right, well, it's supposed to be out 2 weeks ago, and I'm still trying to find it. And they're like, I have not heard anything. I don't know anything about that. Is typically my response when I go ask them if they've seen or heard or any of that stuff. But I don't blame them. I don't know that that's necessarily something that they have to
keep up on.
Yeah,
they're just like everybody else.
It's on their truck and it has a list where they're going with it. They just kind of do that. I don't think doesn't mean that they're super fans like we are.
Right.
And those guys are probably not in the meetings where they're talking about upcoming releases. So it's up to their bosses to let them know or whatever. Yeah, they didn't read that memo either. So, all right.
How accurate is the product locator?
This is a great question.
That is.
Sometimes it's really accurate, and then sometimes not at all. So I'm thinking it's hit and miss for me as well. And then for a while, I couldn't get it to work at all. Like I couldn't even get the website. It was like error trying to find the website or something because I have it on my phone. You know how you can keep certain, you just open up a new whatever, I don't know, new internet thing. And so one of those is like my Baja scanning. One of them's Find Mountain Dew. I got a couple of those that are always in there. And for a while there, it was like error, can't find this website. And I was like, what is going on here? Speaking of scanning Baja, while you guys are talking,
do your Baja scan.
I'm about to get 8,500 points right now, live.
50,000 maybe.
Are they giving away 50,000?
Yeah.
Oh shoot! If we get that, we're getting some new underwear. Are they giving away underwear?
Well, they have those they have those shorts that are pretty short. They might as well be boxers.
The locator for me is, I would say, is more miss than hit. The one thing I will say about the locator, though, is for me, it is the only reason I ever found citrus cherry game fuel. So I got to hand it to that.
Yeah, I would say that same thing. Like it helped me find some of the flavors. Oh, it's at this obscure store. And I'm like, all right, let me go on over there. And, because the Metroplex here is huge. And I don't really go too far away from where I am. But I did see it on there, and I was like, all right, special trip.
But then there's times like that, just for fun, I searched whiteout when I was in Colorado, and it said, oh, there's whiteout in Aurora. And I drove for it, and it wasn't there.
Right.
Oh!
What'd you Scan.
50. Let's go. Just missing 1,000 on there.
Yeah, I
Well-
think they need to move the decimal point over a couple
Yeah,
spots.
right. 50 coins.
Speaking of scanning, look what I got the other day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like the little pink at the back too. That's kind of a good touch.
Heck yeah. What Tebow, what have you gotten anything from those? Other than a Camaro?
I wish. I got the ice cube tray, and I've
Ooh,
gotten the thing that goes in your car.
windshield deal, yeah.
Oh, I got the socks too.
How many points did you spend?
Yes.
Are you scanning multiple accounts?
I
comment?
plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
Oh,
I am within the rules of the
Of the game?
contest. Yes. I think
Okay.
it's two accounts per household is a lot or something.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm getting really thirsty.
Yeah,
So
me too.
let's move on to the appearance of the drink so that we can crack these open.
Yeah.
So I showed
pouring?
the pinkness there. Yeah, I'll pour one. You ready?
Yep. I need that as my text tone.
It's pretty pink.
It is very pink. I mean, it looks just like the bottle.
It does. Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Good consistency there. All right. Appearance of the drink.
I like how you pull out a clipboard and it's like we're on like one of those game shows and you're like trying your answer and then turn it and see if we match answers.
Well, I got to have a clipboard because I got a Nintendo Switch box sitting right here so that I can put my microphone on top of it. And there's too much stuff in the way, so I have to have a clipboard
Yeah.
so I can set it off to the side. All right. I'll go first this time. Did I go last time? I'll go first.
I can't remember. I blinked and it
remember either.
reset.
I gave it a 5. I like the color. I think it's looks refreshing. I think it fits with the tropical punch. So I do think it looks a little bit watered down. I think if it was a little bit brighter, vibrant color, then I would have given it a 6.
I can go next. I went with a 4. Pink is not necessarily my color, although it is in Starburst. Orange is really my favorite color. I think we all know that if it's orange, I'm giving it bonus points. But also punch, tropical punch should be red, right? No?
That's valid.
I don't know. That's just, Hawaiian punch is red going in, green coming out. But
We got another guest on the podcast.
Yeah, my cat has entered the scene.
yes. Oh, hey. A little shy, though. You're showing its best side, one. Awesome. So, yeah, I went with a 4. If it was, I don't know, more red maybe. But it does look refreshing. When you said that, I was kind of like, yeah, it does kind of look like I want to drink it. Maybe I need to move it up. But it already circled it with a pin, so it's
Locked in.
Yeah.
So I gave it a 6.
Oh.
I'm pretty partial to the pink dudes.
There you go.
What can I say?
There you go. So yeah,
Partial to the
same
pink.
with me. If it was orange, because Livewire is one of my favorite. You get some bonus points for being orange. So
I respect it.
all right, are we ready to? Can I crack mine?
Yeah.
All right,
Open
here we
it
go.
up.
Ooh, I don't have any fingernails.
All right,
go.
here I'll.
Just the pop of it. Golly, it just sounds so good. I'm gonna edit that into iTunes song. 3 hours of just repeating us popping open a can of Mountain Dew.
Man, if we ever have an assistant that's going to do some editing for us, that's the first thing I'm going to say is go get every noise of every can cracking open and put it all together in one big super cut.
Man, it smells amazing. I'm getting ahead. I know.
Yeah, it does.
Taste and smell is next. Man,
I'll show off my my glass here.
Oh,
pitch
yeah.
black?
Yeah.
Dang, you got everything. I'm moving in with you. Did you already drink it?
I took a little sip.
Ah!
I was getting parched. I had to.
All right, fair enough. I have 2 cans just in
Ooh.
case.
Me too, and a bottle.
All right, let's give it a taste test. And now, how are we supposed to do it? You're supposed to smell it with your mouth closed.
Smell it with your mouth closed, then smell
And
it with
then-
your mouth open.
Ooh, way better.
Mm-hmm.
Way more full.
Yeah, then you take a little sip and just kind of roll it over to the top of your tongue. And then when you're ready, take a big drink of it.
This is really good. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to persuade your answers on what you're going to select for this, but either I'm also very parched and thirsty, but this is almost better than I thought it was going to be. And I've had it before in can and bottle. Man, that was amazing. Maybe it was the way we smelled in with our mouth open and then rolled it over our tongue. Maybe that's the way to do it.
Yeah, you prepared your taste buds to a little teasing before they got the taste of it.
And it's like layers of taste in there too.
Yeah,
Like
I don't.
it almost
not-
finishes with a pineapple, but I don't. It's gonna be a tough one to dissect.
Not every drink, but every once in a while, I really taste the cherry part of it, which I really like. It's not like it's real constant. Like yeah, you're saying it's like waves. Sometimes you get hit by a big wave. Sometimes you get a little wave. Like
Yeah, but they're all good. I mean,
Yeah.
every wave is delicious.
right, and I mean, there's waves on the can, so we might as well.
Right. All right. I think I'm ready on my taste and smell. You know what I'm gonna do also? I'm gonna go ahead and open up the Caribbean Splash or Caribbean Splash.
You want to taste them side by side? Is that
I'm
what
gonna
you're
go
thinking?
side by side and see.
Should we finish scoring this one first and then
Well,
go
this
back
one's
and?
not gonna be that. This one's just straight guava,
Oh,
so it's
Yeah.
not gonna be very similar. But I'm gonna drink it anyway.
might as well.
Yeah, I've already scored mine. I already know what my score is.
Okay,
We're just waiting on you.
I scored mine.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the clipboard.
I saw it. I'll vouch for
Oh,
it.
okay.
Okay.
I was busy drinking.
All right, Tebow, you want to go first on your taste and smell score?
Yeah. So I gave it a 6. I think that this and Laguna Lemonade are my favorite Baja spinoffs that have came out to date. This is fantastic.
I agree. It is amazing. It's I mean, we kind of said it's just waves, and it's just like it's so smooth. And each time it's like Phil said, it's a different. You're getting a different nuance to what the main.
Another thing for me with this flavor is, they've done tropical punch flavors so many times, but like when you think about tropical punch. Like this is like that classic tropical punch taste.
Yeah. But it's also, it's not like it's overpowering either. Like it's just it's the right strength to it, I guess is one way to say it. Like
it's just enough without being too much.
Yeah.
Which is what Mountain Dew is to me.
Right.
A lot of people say it's too sweet, but I beg to differ on that. But you know,
I don't know if you put this comment up here yet. Warhawk Rambo says it would make a good float too.
I bet it would.
I don't know about a float. I haven't tried that. It does sound really good. But I will tell you, the other day I took a little bit of pina colada like cocktail mix. And just dropped a little bit in there, stirred it up. That was fantastic. So good. I made a little video. It'll be out sometimes. I got to edit it and everything, but
that sounds good.
It was super good. I want to try it with a couple other Mountain Dews as well, just to see.
Did I give my score?
No, neither of us did.
6 for me.
I gave it a 6 as well.
Hey! That's not a good score.
It's so good.
One of us needs to change to a 5. We're setting ourselves up for failure on this one. Yeah, it's delicious. It's it's just right. So
I've started this thing at work. So like each Friday I'll bring in a different Mountain Dew to share, and we have these little sample cups, and I let all the people that in my office with me have a little drink, a little sample of different flavors. Goodness. So I brought this one in last week on Friday, and they were all headed to go try to find some as soon as when work got out. So
yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep, it's good.
Were any of the other flavor? How many? Is this the first time you've done it?
We've done. I think this is the third time. I can't remember what else we sampled the first couple times.
Probably Baja Blast.
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm trying to think of what you always have a Baja Blast there, and I think probably Purple Thunder.
Yeah, but I think I was bringing stuff in that I don't usually drink. Oh, maybe I think it was Purple Thunder, the first one I think that we did, and then maybe it was one of the the other Bajas.
You don't want to share stuff that you drink. Selfish.
Well, I mean,
you're giving them a little shot glass of it. Like, I'm not sharing this. although for $9.99 12-pack, we can't really blame you at the rate that prices are out of control.
No kidding.
Yeah. All right. The next category is the mouthfeel. So that is the physical sensation of the dew in your mouth, including the tongue and the roof of your mouth and the aftertaste.
Well, all right. I'm good to go.
It's so smooth. It's got that Mountain Dew smoothness.
You know what I don't have on this?
What?
And maybe I need to search for it a little bit more, is the Baja flavor. And maybe it's in there and it's masked by something, but a lot of the other ones, in there. A lot of them have it, but it's usually a fairly strong, like you can kind of tell when you're drinking that Baja.
Yeah.
I always felt like.
When I poured it out for people at work, one of the girls who she basically has Baja Blast every once in a while, and that's like the only Mountain Dew she drinks. As soon as she took a drink of this, she's like, "Oh, I can taste the Baja Blast in there." And I was like, "Well, it's a Baja release," and she's like, "Oh, it is?" Like she didn't even know that it was supposed to be related to Baja at all. So, but she tasted it right away.
Yeah, I don't get it. I get magical fruits.
It's interesting because I was thinking I didn't taste the Baja either, and then right after you said that, I took a sip, and then I could taste it.
I got to think hard on this.
It's
Maybe right
definitely
there, right before the finish, it might be a little bit of Baja, but
it's definitely not there as much as some of the older ones.
I was about to open my bottle and say, well, maybe the bottle has some more Baja in it. But
oh man, that guava is good too.
all right.
What sometimes we talk about this, sometimes we don't. We always said it was going to be something that we'd try to do. What foods would you like to drink Point Break Punch with? What meal are you eating? And that's because I'll tell you, when I drink my Mountain Dew is when I'm working, I'm driving around, I get a fountain drink. But then other than that, excuse me, if I don't get one, it's kind of like my wind down after dinner drink is when I drink my Mountain Dew. So it's kind of like not really with a meal per se, but get the kids to bed, put on the game, and just sip on a Spark, which is my go-to right now. But yeah, that's kind of like when I drink it. So I'm trying to picture a good where I would want to eat or what I would want to be eating, and then have that as a taste to wash it down with.
I had one with lunch yesterday, and I had a grilled chicken salad,
Ooh,
and it was fantastic with that. Like,
Yeah,
it's kind of
something
a
light,
kind of a
right?
yeah, kind of a lighter lunch, and this was just perfect because it was kind of a lighter drink, and just washed it down really nice. And
That's chicken salad chick and a Point Break Punch.
I think probably anything you could eat by the pool too would be good to drink this with.
Well, there's a restaurant here. I've never been to it. Hawaiian, is it Hawaiian Brothers or something? So it's kind of, I don't know what they have, but maybe like a tropical smoothie cafe. Have y'all been to one of those? Maybe like a
Yes.
little wrap.
they have some good wraps.
Yeah, and smoothies. Everything's
Oh, yeah.
good there. So I'm thinking along those lines as well.
Yeah, something light like that.
What
Yeah.
about Subway sandwich? Boom, Pepsi's coming into
True.
Subway. Let's go.
Oh yeah, that's a question that I wanted to ask. Do you know
How many teeth a polar bear
part
has?
of this
Oh.
part of this deal with Pepsi moving into Subways? Did they negotiate with an exclusive Mountain Dew flavor?
So I haven't heard anything about that yet. I've got my fingers crossed though.
Which has one, right? They're a sandwich store. This
Yeah.
Vibe is pretty good too.
It
So I don't know how concrete this is, but I did have someone tell me that they think that an exclusive Pepsi might be more likely than an exclusive Mountain Dew. But I think it's all kind of up in the air right now. It's pretty early.
right.
I think it would be safe to assume, though. I think if Subway wants one, Mountain Dew's not going to say no.
So like Fanta, they have a bunch of flavors. Faygo has a bunch of flavors, but they're kind of regional more. So I think Faygo is. There's a huge.
I'm real partial to Faygo, being from the Midwest.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. And so there is a huge. I mean, a lot of them are Pepsi flavors, right? They're adding a bunch of different flavors into Pepsi and stuff. But Coke is now, and Sprite Chill, and all this other stuff. Is Mountain Dew kind of the leader of that, or have they always been doing that and I've just not paid any attention to it? I remember Phil got hooked on Christmas Coke one year. So I know they've had some different flavors, but they seem, Dr. Pepper's got 6 or 7 different Dr. Pepper flavors out there now, or it seems, and I guess I just never really paid any attention, but I feel like Mountain Dew is kind of leading the charge in these.
I feel like Mountain Dew is like Pepsi's sandbox where they just test stuff out. And then Mountain Dew had several pineapple flavors for a couple years in a row, and Maui Burst in there and stuff too. And I think once they've got that pineapple flavor perfected, then they're like, oh, well, let's give Little Caesars a pineapple Pepsi. Yeah, it's got like they kind of, work out all the kinks first with Mountain Dew and then throw it into Pepsi eventually. So
definitely, I would say that I think Mountain Dew is sort of leading the charge. The only one that I can really think of that's remotely comparable just in the sheer volume of flavor varieties, Faygo, and Faygo's not nearly on the scale that Mountain Dew is. It surprises me. Faygo isn't as regional as I thought it was. When I was out in Colorado, I remember just going into a random gas station and finding Faygo.
You're going to find it like in random gas stations. Like there's one here in Burleson that has Faygo and about 5 or 6 different flavors, but that's the only one that has it. But like if you go up to Michigan or up there, I mean, it's like the drink.
Oh, yeah, you can find 20, 30 flavors.
Yeah.
I do think that they have some of the, like, Faygo had the Faygo firework before Summer Freeze.
It's not nearly as good, in my opinion.
I respect it.
Yeah. Now, their root beer, I love their root beer. I think it's one of the better root beers to me. But
I would agree.
Will Mountain Dew
find it? Mountain Dew root beer? Yes.
Will Mountain Dew ever have a root beer?
That's an interesting thought. How would that taste?
I think it would take a little experimentation to get it to work right.
Oh, all right. We got outside of Dew. You guys like Birch beer? Is that actual alcohol beer or
Birch beer?
Or is that a drink? I don't know.
I think it's kind of like a cream soda.
I love Faygo Moon Mist. All right, so that's the
Faygo Moon Mist, classic.
Yep.
Well, I still haven't found. I really want to try the Faygo Dreamin'. I think that
I don't know that I've seen that.
It's like an orange creamsicle flavor.
Don't tease me now. Dang it. All right, when we get off, you know where I'm running, to that one gas station here in Burleson.
See, they got it?
Yep.
See if they'll order it.
It's a soda, Northeast mostly. So that Birch beer is soda in the Northeast mostly. It's a soda. I don't know that I've... did we see it in that...
I feel like I've had some type of Birch beer. I remember it being kind of like cream soda. I could be way off. I'm sure that store, that Rocket Fizz that we went into, they've got everything but Mountain Dew.
Right.
Which I think is just because they are heavily bottled sodas. They didn't have much that was in cans there or plastic bottles.
I don't think they had any.
If it was in a glass bottle, they carried it, and so they didn't have any Mountain Dew.
Even if it was 2 years over date.
Yeah, we did find some expired stuff in there. But I mean, ranch flavored soda, if it's 2 years out of date, who knows if that changes the taste at all?
Right.
All right. We never gave our scores for mouthfeel.
All right. I'll go first.
I was just reminded of that ranch flavor when you just mentioned.
6 for mouthfeel to me. It's smooth. It just fills up your mouth with a splash and a dash of this flavor, and then it switches over to that one, and it is just easy. Like, you got to be careful before like 2 drinks and that thing's gone.
Yeah. Yep.
So 6.
I agree. I also gave it a 6. No, oh, there you go. Yeah, the aftertaste is pleasant. There's not any film that sticks around. Like it's just really good.
That pull just had the Baja finish.
There you go.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, those are good. All right.
All right.
Dewness.
In-
Right? How
Dewness
dewy is
is
it? Can you taste the dew, or is it just another soda piggybacking on the Mountain Dew brand? So we've struggled with the Baja flavors being dewy because it gets that Baja flavor, and that's not necessarily Mountain Dew. And then they also put a lot of different flavors into the Baja, right? I mean, they all. And it's hard sometimes. This is a tricky one because Mountain Dew is not a huge, like, overpowering flavor. Like, if you mix something in it, I feel like it can be overtaken
Oh yeah.
very easily. Like, put a little drop of something in it, and the Mountain Dew's gone, and it's just whatever you put in there. But how dewy is it? That's where I got to let it sit on the tongue a little bit more.
I'm gonna go ahead and reveal my score while you're letting it sit there. I gave it a 4. I think. I mean, I definitely I get the hint of the Baja in there, and it definitely feels like a Mountain Dew to me. Like I've had so many of the Mountain Dew Baja flavors and stuff that it fits right in with those. I feel like it's got enough of the dewness in there to give it a 4. It's not going to be any higher than that though. Those are my thoughts on it.
Yep. Well, I gave it also a 4. I would have given it a 3.5.
Except for that last drink when you tasted the Baja.
Yeah, I mean, I would have kind of put it in the middle. I think it can be, or it could not be dewy. But it is. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt that it has that smoothness, the classic. This is a Mountain Dew drink. Do I taste specifically some Mountain Dew in there? I taste a lot of different flavors. Maybe one of them is Dew, but I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. So it got on the plus side of the scale at 4.
So I gave it a 3. For me, like I wouldn't say that it necessarily reminds me of Dew, but
Did we just score again?
3.
No, the Avs. Sorry.
Yeah, the Avs just scored.
Oh.
Let's go.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that it doesn't have a lot of dewness to it necessarily.
Yeah, I think it's the hardest category. I mean, we've got a really weird rating scale here, to say the least. And this is by far the hardest one for us to really rank. But yeah, I was between 3 and 4 myself, but I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. But I'm kind of like with you. It's easily masked, but that doesn't mean that it's bad that the Mountain Dew flavor is masked. It's delicious, which should be the most important one. The smell and taste of this whole thing should be 90% of the grade, and then the rest of it should be 10%. But here they all get the same percentage.
Right. That makes it interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go. We got a little Sam K says a splash and a dash.
Wonder what that was referring to.
I might have said that when I was saying you get a little splash and a dash here.
Oh,
and a little,
okay. Okay.
maybe. I don't know. But either way, I like it.
Yeah. All right. So our last category is the name. Is it named correctly? Is it consistent with the other flavors? Does it fit in the family of Dew names?
I think it fits. I think it's a good name. Point Break obviously makes me think of the movie, surfing, ocean,
Right.
waves. Which is that. Now, does it tell me
Well,
what flavors are all in there? No, but it says punch, which tells me there's going to be a medley of fruit-ish flavors, which is what I want the name to tell me. And so that's when I gave it the good points, and it doesn't get very good points. It was just some kind of like name that really doesn't tell me.
like Livewire.
Yeah, Livewire. Right? Although it probably got a 6 from me because it's my favorite. Dang it! I get to make the rules. It's my rating, not yours. But so yeah, that's what I got to say about that. What do y'all?
What
What are
was your
y'all thoughts
score?
on the name? I didn't give it a score. I was going to let y'all talk about it before I start persuading people with scores and whatnot.
I agree. Baja, Point Break, Punch. The Baja kind of gives me a initial expectation of what it's going to be like, just because I am familiar with the other Baja flavors, and the Point Break Punch. I mean, Point Break, just like you, I thought about surfing, and Punch just made me think, okay, that's got to be a tropical type punch, and then sure enough, right there, tropical punch flavor in the name. So.
Well, if I may nitpick for my rating a little bit.
For sure, yeah.
So when the flavor initially leaked, back then we thought it was going to be called Baja Paradise Punch. I'm a little bummed they didn't stick with Paradise Punch, if I'm being honest. Something about the flavor just says, like paradise. Like it feels fitting.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say that I'm not going to give it a 6 because of that, but
it's your score. You get to make, like, we're not, if you went complete opposite, if you gave it all 1s and we were all 6s across the board, that, we can still get along and have different opinions on things, right? I think.
Plus, the Point Break movie, I just looked it up, came out in 1991.
Keanu Reeves
and
Right.
And Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, that's right.
How old were you in 1991?
He wasn't born.
yeah, I was -4.
Okay, good. So that tells that you may not have thought.
Well, they
surfing
came out
away
with a new one a few years ago, I think.
Oh, did they? Okay.
I think they remade. I want to say no. Maybe I was dreaming that they were going to remake it.
Maybe.
But I thought they remade it just. It's 2-2. What the heck?
I saw that.
I know that when I posted about it with the new name, that there was a bunch of people talking about the movie, and I was just reading all these replies and just thinking, I've never seen this movie.
Right. There we go. Mango Lemonade gets an 8, and Tropical Punch gets a 6. And then so yes, they did have a remake.
Okay.
I thought they did. I did not see it.
Well, I was thinking maybe some of the younger people may not associate Point Break with surfing, although I think it is a surfing term, or at least a wave term.
Right.
But yeah, maybe that Paradise Punch.
Yeah, surfing and robbing.
Because that's what the movie was about, right?
Yeah, thieving and surfing. Let's go.
Well, I gave it a 5 for the name.
I also gave it a 5.
So did I. That's 5 across the board. Pretty cool name. I think it fits in with the Dew names. And I liked it. But now it's math time. 10, 20, 9, 15, 20. All right. I've done it twice. Got the same score, so I'm going to go ahead and say that's correct.
Well, my score added up. I don't want to say my numbers if you're still doing math.
I'm still doing math. I apologize.
My score came up to 32 out of 36, which is a really strong score.
Dang.
But that's I really
I think
like
it's
this
getting
one.
some bonus points because Team Supernova's on here and we're just really jacked up on it.
And maybe too because of the anticipation. I couldn't find it for weeks. When I finally did, I was
Right.
I was so excited about it by the time I found it that
Wish they had zero sugar versions. But I am not a zero sugar guy. We have not reviewed any, did we?
no, we've not done any zero
We've
sugar.
done one diet.
Yeah.
I will say I don't typically drink the zeros, but I was impressed with Summer Freeze Zero Sugar. I think I actually liked it more than the original Summer Freeze.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It's a shame though, because it's always nice to have the option there for folks that
Yeah, for sure.
can't have sugar, but they really dialed back on the zero sugars this year. I think it's just Baja, Purple Thunder Zero, and Voodoo.
I think with the zero sugar, the shelf life is a lot shorter
Yeah,
because of the sweeteners that they use. So if it's not selling, they're just eating that cost, I think. So
I think that's what happened with Frostbite Zero. They kind of just silently cut that last year.
Yeah. Man, Frostbite, that's a sneaky good one, which I didn't really like. And then we did the review. I was like, jeez, I need to go buy some more of this. This is really good.
But I know, like, there's a lot of people that are bummed that Code Red Zero is
I've seen a lot of posts on that.
It's in like 2 states. But the reason for that, it's really weird. Basically, Pepsi doesn't actually produce Code Red Zero Sugar at all. It is only produced by independently owned bottlers. So that's why it's so hard to find.
Huh.
I think there's only like 1 or 2 bottlers that even produce it.
Yeah, we need. What about diet? How come there's no diet? Did they switch over from diet to zero sugar?
I'm not sure of.
And then they were like, all right, no more. We don't need to do diet anymore. If we're going to make anything, it'll just go zero sugar.
Because I know some of them, like Mug, they switched from diet to zero sugar. Code Red, they switched from diet to zero sugar, kind of.
Yeah.
And some of the other brands have done that, switched diet to zero sugar. But Pepsi still has diet and zero sugar. I don't know. It seems like they're kind of making the shift, but it seems like they're being really slow with it.
Mountain Dew it still has diet and zero sugar, just the OG flavor. But yeah, interesting. So we're learning a lot of things here tonight.
Back in the day, did you ever try? There was a Diet Baja Blast.
no.
It was
Maybe at Taco Bell.
Yeah, it was at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
On the fountain, and
but that was back when I did like. I thought Baja Blast was a disgrace to the label, and like I was like, this is the worst. I can't imagine why. And then I distinctly remember, and so that's probably when I had the diet. I was like, well, maybe the diet's good, and I was like, oh, this is terrible too. And I remember walking in Walmart in Natchitoches and calling Phil, like in. So I lived there like 05 to 09. So somewhere in there. And they had Baja in Walmart in cans, cases of it. And I said, who in the world made the decision to bring this trash outside of just Taco Bell and put it on shelves? Like, who made this decision? And then when we started this channel, it was one of our first ones to review. We went, when I went to Phil's house last December, or actually 2 Decembers ago now, but
Yeah.
and we did it, and like he had 2 bottles, and he gave me one, and I was thinking, well, we could probably just split it. We're not gonna like whatever, and I kind of was like, we can go back and watch it, but I was like, I'm actually probably gonna finish this bottle. This is good. Like, did they change it? Because I could have swore. Maybe my taste buds, we keep saying maybe it was COVID. I had COVID and my taste buds have changed, but
They might have changed. I think
like when it first came out, I tried it and I was like, this is horrible, horrendous. I'm not falling for this again. I tried it again and I was like, this is still bad. And I was like, all right, never again. And then a lot of my players, when I was coaching, and we'd stop and they'd be like, Coach, this Baja Blast is so good. And I was like, y'all got to work on your taste buds. That is terrible. And like, now I love it. It's like, I mean, I took a picture on my Sam's Club app. It has like 10 items that are like frequently bought from the app. 2 of them are 36 packs of Mountain Dew, and one's regular Mountain Dew, and the other one's Baja Blast.
wow.
I have not seen the Code Red 36 packs yet, but it is on the app that they have it. So I'm patiently waiting.
So
to get that.
I was kind of the same way, Bob. I think we tried it together originally.
Yeah.
And it was not good. And maybe it was just not the McDonald's, the Taco Bell that we were at, because
No, but we tried it again, and both times I said no, not doing
but I
it.
think we might have tried it at the same Taco Bell. So it could have been that they just mixed it bad or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, for years I didn't have any interest in drinking it. I didn't like it. Yeah, and then for me, we had kind of started the channel. I don't know if we had even we had started it, but I don't think we had even put out a video yet. And I happened to go through Taco Bell. My kids were getting some freezy things, and they handed one out that was Baja Blast, and I was like, oh, actually, he wanted cherry or whatever. And they're like, well, you can just keep that. And I took a drink, and I was just like, I called Bob right away. I was like,
You did. So I did try one of those, because I took my kids, and I was like, hey, you guys are going to get these Baja Blast freezy thing, whatever they're called there. And I did take and I was like, that's not bad. So I did
Yeah.
after you called.
I remember calling you and be like, uh-oh. And you're like, what? And I'm like, I think I might like Baja Blast. And you're like, what? So there was a long time where we were not Baja Blast fans. And so we definitely didn't try the diet that I remember, at least.
Oh, man.
I do kind of remember seeing it at the
What are we
fountain.
doing here?
What? Are you looking at the hockey game or what?
No, we just don't even have our brand up there this entire time.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Right?
I saw the message in chat come up that someone said, why is whiteout the best flavor?
Because you can't get it.
Here, I'll throw this up there for one more time there.
There we go.
I might make some people mad with this. I'm not a fan of whiteout.
What? All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see y'all next time.
Well, it's good. I liked the other 2 flavors that it went up against better than whiteout.
Okay.
Typhoon and Distortion.
That's fair.
Yep, fair enough. We I don't know. I like it, and my cousin sent us a picture not too long. Well, probably I don't know, 6 months ago, and I really didn't. I just put it up on our Instagram, and people were like, "Is that whiteout?" Because she was just at her gas station. And just took a picture. She was looking for at Casey's up there in Wisconsin. She was looking for overdrive for me. She just took a picture, sent it to me. She goes, I don't see it. I didn't really pay attention. I just put it up. And then, or maybe Phil, I texted to him. He's like, is that whiteout in there? And I was like, whoa. And then I think we commented or someone put it on there like, we found whiteout. It's still available. And then she went back to. I said, "Hey, you need to go buy every bottle of that for me and send it to me." She went back. She's like, "There's nothing there." I was like, "Dang."
People beat you to it.
Yeah, we put it up, and they all went and got it.
I'm also a big fan of whiteout, and I do like the USA.
USA is amazing.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
That would be
Why? How do they decide that they're only going to do 4 weeks or 6 weeks or 8 weeks of a flavor run? And how long is that in production? Is that just like 1 week and they produce enough for that time period and then they move it out?
So it's excuse me. It seems like it varies from LTO to LTO. Because, for instance, the Bajas are a 12-week run, and I, as far as I know, I think they are produced for almost 12 weeks.
Okay.
Oh.
But then you have Pitch Black that was definitely not produced for 8 weeks.
No.
And for most places, it was
one
gone
run.
in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you didn't get it when it first showed up, it wasn't coming back.
And that was my experience with Game Fuel, too. It felt like it was one run. And I think that some of it is... I think it's a combination of two things. So when Pepsi announces internally that they're going to be bringing back flavors, the reps are supposed to sell the flavor into the stores to kind of gauge interest and see how much they need to produce. So those projected numbers, I think, can lead to them not producing as much as they should. I think that could be what happened with Pitch Black and Game Fuel. But
yeah, because Pitch Black and Game Fuel are two of the more popularly requested flavors.
Yeah.
And then when they came out, it was just such a limited run and didn't seem like they lasted very long. That is a crazy goal.
It's
Own goal. Yeah, no, I was watching
Off two
it.
sticks.
It's also interesting because after Flamin' Hot and after Snapped and after Fruit Quake, all these flavors had just sat on the shelves. At the end of last year, they kind of announced a new initiative that they wanted to reduce waste, which that's part of why Thrashed Apple got cut. That's part of why Real Sugar got cut. So I think with
Canada found Pitch Black today. Congrats. That's awesome.
I think part of it is that they're trying to just kind of play it safe. You know, they'd rather underproduce it a little bit than have it sit on the shelves.
And if you do keep people wanting and talking about it, it does. I mean, it kind of, it's like Chick-fil-A, man. There's no day of the week that you want it more than on Sunday, right? Because you just can't get it. And so, I get it if they are planning on trying to re-release them every so often.
And my hope is with Game Fuel, it coming back this November, I'm hoping, since I know the demand is there, hopefully they produce it a little bit better this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone posted they found like a whole
pallet of it in like a
pallet of it.
What, like $3.99 for a 12-pack?
Yeah. I want to know where that was.
Yeah.
No
right?
kidding.
Although I probably don't want to know where that was, because then I'm already stopping in a bunch of gas stations and grocery stores all the time. I don't want to have to add a bunch of dollar stores or something to that list as well. Just looking for something I'm never going to find.
That's a good point.
All right. Did you guys give your total scores? I know
mine
I
was
said 32 was mine.
Mine was a 30 out of 36.
Okay.
30 for me as well.
Awesome.
So very, very good score. Like I said, mine might be a little inflated just because I'm a little bit excited because we're getting Tebow Team Supernova on on board tonight, and so I've just really been excited for that. But it's a good flavor.
It is a good flavor. I have a question for you, Tebow. Bob and I have talked about before how we collect to drink. Are you a collector? Do you have a big collection of cans and bottles and all that kind of stuff, or what's your situation there?
Yes.
I like I like what you just said. You collect to drink. I don't have like. I think a lot of people assume that since I've had Team Supernova since I've been doing whatever for so long that I have a giant collection. Not. I have a couple bottles. Like I have a bottle of Pitch Black from last year. I have some of the Game Fuels and the Voodoos, but nothing super crazy. Mainly, I just have stuff that I'm collecting to drink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of where we are.
Although recently I have added some of the stuff behind me.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
He better keep those Canadian bottles I sent him. So it wasn't to me, so it was one of you two. And Phil hasn't told me if he got them from Canada. So I'm hoping that it's Tebow. Otherwise, Phil and I are going to be fighting next time we see each other.
Yeah, no, that's directed at me.
Okay. That's awesome. Did you have the what's that cucumber one? No, not cucumber. Melon.
Honeydew.
Honeydew. There you go. Did you have that?
I did. I thought it was pretty good. I know a lot of people really, really liked it. I thought it was good, but I'm not upset that they canceled the US release and gave us Pitch Black instead.
Right. Good point.
So I was able to get 2 bottles of that just recently. So one will be on the way to Bob pretty soon.
Nice.
So that we can review it at some point here.
Yeah.
Before it goes bad, hopefully.
Right.
Probably already doesn't have a lot of carbonation left because they're bottles, but at least
hopefully
they're not.
Can still get a good good review out of it.
Right.
Right.
Well, I think that Baja Blast that we reviewed was probably a few years old.
Because it didn't have any carbonation?
I don't think it had any carbonation. And then that's when we found out, because you had been collecting bottles upon bottles upon bottles.
Well,
and I have been collecting cans and cans and cans, and we realized that some of them that you only had cans we cracked them open, even though they're a couple years old, still carbonated.
Yeah.
In those bottles, not much longer after their expiration date, even if there's not a whole lot of carbonation left still in it, and it does affect the taste.
It does.
Yeah. Absolutely. I don't know, maybe think of this. Phil, you were asking me if I had anything leak other than Pitch Black earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I had a can of Deep Dive leak.
Oh, no.
I was really upset about that. That just happened about a week ago.
Oh, no.
We had some of those. We shipped them out to people.
We did. That was pretty fun. That was
that was a lot of fun, and it was a delicious drink.
It was very delicious. There's still a guy who has 2 cases of it, so 2 6-packs, and he's got them on Facebook Marketplace here in Denver. He wants $100 a piece for it. $100 for each 6-pack.
Wow.
And I just every couple of weeks I message him and be like, "How about $20?"
One day I'll crack.
One day. Or he'll block me, one of the two.
What's this? Saskatoon. I just wanted to say that. Saskatoon melon would be another dope Canada exclusive dew.
I read that as Sasquatch at first.
Oh, there we go. We
no
never
idea.
had that.
Yeah.
Well,
I've never even heard of Saskatoon melon, but it sounds fantastic. Let's try it.
It's just fun to say more than anything. Saskatoon.
So that was an interesting one. Did y'all hear about Sasquatch?
Yeah, I've been trying to get people to try to find it for me, but we was unable to locate it.
So it was, as far as I know, it never actually came out.
Oh,
but
really?
It was going to be exclusive to Little Caesars last year.
Oh,
the
maybe
year
maybe
before.
that I'm thinking. What am I thinking of? What was that food line?
Uproar.
Uproar. That's what I'm thinking of.
I was really upset when that one got discontinued. That was fantastic.
Oh, don't say that. Dang it.
But so yeah, Sasquatch was supposed to be exclusive to Little Caesars.
I do remember seeing the artwork for that. Probably you made a post or two.
And there was pictures going around. It got put up on the wiki. It got put up on Reddit. I didn't post it, and the reason I didn't post it was because Reddit and the wiki both got DMCA copyright striked for posting the picture of it.
We don't even know what that means.
Which is interesting because I post leaks all the time, and they've never done anything about it. But for some reason, they got really upset that basically
What's a
they
DMC strike or whatever you said?
Basically, they filed a copyright complaint with the government, and the government made them take it down.
Interesting.
Really?
But as far as I know, so it was supposed to be, I think it was Citrus Punch, and it looked like it was very similar to Overdrive, just without the mango. But as far as I know, I think it just got scrapped. But I have heard, I haven't posted about this, but just on the DL.
Do we have some exclusive breaking news sound? Okay.
This is in the rumor department, so nothing solid. But I have heard that they're testing a new exclusive for Little Caesars for next year.
Yes.
There will be a Mountain Dew.
Yes.
Not a Pepsi exclusive. Okay.
Okay, we're in.
I am pretty excited that Pineapple Pepsi is coming back this year. But yeah, I've heard that they're testing an exclusive Mountain Dew. And from what I heard, that there was 3 different flavors that they were testing from, and they were all spicy. So I think there will be some people not happy about that. I'm curious.
Yeah, the Flamin' Hot, the orange for Flamin' Hot was amazing. It might have been just Livewire and they put some heat on it. I don't know. But the orange flavor, and like when we had it when it was expired out of the bottles, or no, maybe it was in cans. Either way, the heat kind of went away, and it was a way better drink. The heat was it was interesting because I never had that sensation with a drink like that or anything but it was just kind of like, why is it here?
I remember when it just goes straight to your nose, and it's like, what's happening?
Yeah. So
did you ever have the mango heat? Gosh, I don't know how long ago that would have been. That was a Game Fuel flavor, probably 10 or so years ago. Basically, that was a spicy mango flavor.
So maybe that's what they'll be coming back with. What about Gatorade's owned by Pepsi?
Yes.
Do they feed off of each other with flavors? Could we ever get a citrus cooler Mountain Dew?
That's I don't know,
because they have a green apple Mountain Dew that came out years ago, and then Thrash Apple came out, and I was kind of like,
yeah,
maybe they are kind of sharing ideas or thoughts or flavors, something. But Citrus Cooler is rumored to be Michael Jordan's favorite. I don't know if it really was or not, but it's a delicious, isn't it? Citrus Cooler, isn't that it's kind of like off yellow, green, orangish.
Oh yeah.
Really good flavor, and man, I think a Mountain Dew in that would hit just right.
I think the Gatorade that's the white color that's the cherry,
Yeah.
like cherry frost, or I don't know, something like that.
Yep.
That one would be fantastic. That's kind of like game fuel citrus cherry. Kind of tastes like that, actually.
Yeah, you're right. So maybe they do. I don't know.
I'd never really thought about that, but it's definitely a possibility because like they even do the crossovers with how they're doing the Doritos Baja Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil, you had those?
No, I'm still trying to find them.
Tebow? Yeah, you have them. You had a big picture of them. I had them. I like the heat. I don't like the sweet with it.
It's such a weird experience.
Initially, I was like, "Oh, this is like the sweet." Immediately was like, "Oh yeah, this is okay." And then like it was almost like too much sweet as I was eating through it, and I was like, "Man, I do like the heat of it though. I wish I could have just a different, not so sweet, more of a I don't know."
It's weird how much Baja flavor is in the chips.
Right?
I got one of those. I have a bigger bag, but I got one of those tiny little bags that they have at the registers, and I had like 5 or 6 chips, and then I rolled it up and I kind of closed it up. It's very sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if there's any way I can even show you. Speaking of Gatorade, I don't know if Gatorade leak would interest you.
Yeah. Any kind of leak.
But I have a picture of unreleased Gatorade flavor. I have not posted yet. I don't know how I'd even show that to you.
There's a way to share down at the
bottom.
bottom. Can you hit
at the bottom?
present?
Do you
might
have
not
that
be able
present?
to because you might not be.
Slides? You have
At
no
the very-
slides. Upload file. There we go.
Let's try that.
There we go.
I wonder if we're going to have to click something because if we do, you're taking us to new territories that we've never gotten to before.
It wouldn't surprise me if
Typically, we just say share a tab or something. Ooh, new flavor, new news, new news.
New news.
If you have your email open in another tab, you could just respond to that email I sent you earlier.
That I like that idea better.
Just put it in there, and then I'll throw it up.
There'll be 2 pictures actually.
We're gonna get one of those HGCA things, whatever he was talking about.
That's a copyright strike.
Yeah,
DMCA.
that one.
Yeah.
I just sent it over.
Now, how fast does the internet work?
Right.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Here I am clicking refresh.
I'll do this till it gets there.
Oh, it's here. All right, let me download it real quick.
All right. Well, this is going to be exciting for the Mountain Duo. Leaked not Mountain Dew, Gatorade flavor. Let's go. I can see he's working on something.
I'm working here.
He's
All
clicking.
right,
He's frantically.
Now, where do I put it?
It's so cool looking on the Family Dollar app and seeing all the old dues. I have the Dollar General. I don't have the Family Dollar app. I might have to.
It's trick you into thinking that they have things that they don't.
Right, exactly.
Because I've had Instacart ads pop up and say, "Oh, hey, buy Supernova."
Oh,
You don't have Supernova.
the Whiteout is available in 3 stores near you. I was like, wait, what?
Are you sure about that?
So I went, and they did not have it.
So basically, what I sent over to the email, next year is the 60th anniversary for Gatorade, and I think they're doing all sorts of releases all year. But what I sent over specifically is they're doing several different, what they're calling mashup flavors, and it's basically mashups of different Gatorade flavors with each other. So the ones we got on the screen right now, Cool Blue and Fruit Punch, Orange and Lemon Lime, Bottles are really cool.
Yeah.
The bottles do look really cool. And then
Where
there's
did Phil go? How did you? Oh wow.
Oh,
That's a sweet bottle,
that is
That one I'm really excited about.
and it's got the NFL logo.
Glacier Cherry is the one that I was thinking of that I like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Match that up with Cool Blue. I bet that'll be
That's
really
cool.
good.
Oh man,
Is that what
does
it
sound
is?
really good.
Glacier Cherry and Cool Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. When
That
are
does
those
sound
coming
really
out?
good.
Next football season, probably.
I think that one's next football season. I'm not sure about. I don't think I have a timeline on the other two. But yeah, I'm excited.
How did you put that on there? Yeah.
I just
Doesn't it
uploaded
usually
it.
like move us to the side and like?
I did it as an overlay so that it would just go over top.
Oh, okay.
Kind of the same thing I did when I did this thing.
Oh yeah.
We upgraded to the pro version of this, or the pro light or something of this StreamYard, where it gives us a lot of cool stuff we can do. It's kind of fun.
And most of the time we forget to use it. So.
Yeah, so this is kind of nice. We got to use some of it.
Oh well, man. All right. That was super cool.
Yeah.
Gatorade mashups.
Yeah,
like
I'm excited to see what those are like.
What was the clear Gatorade called? Do you remember?
The clear Gatorade.
Ice. Or is that Mountain Dew? Mountain Dew Ice.
Mountain Dew Ice, yeah.
So a while
Was it a
ago,
mystery flavor?
No, it was the same flavor every time, but it was just clear.
Well, I know it's the same flavor every time. I mean, they don't like.
There was one called Ice Punch.
Ice Punch.
Was that it?
Do
Maybe.
you know what dates that was?
I don't.
Are you texting someone right now to get this information, or are you like you have like a secret website? Or
It was funny though. So, speaking of that, when they teased the solar eclipse, whatever on socials right before the eclipse,
Yeah.
I sent a message, and within 10 minutes, I knew immediately what the tease was and what it was gonna be. So sometimes it is that I'm sending a message.
Awesome.
I think the one that I'm thinking of was a Gatorade Frost. And it was might have been a cherry flavor. I can't.
Glacier
found a-
Cherry?
Yeah. All right. I think I found an image on Google.
The mashups are supposed to be going to Canada as well.
Ooh.
I don't know what that is. Propolyte. Not sure. And I'm still sad we didn't win the hoodie giveaway. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I wonder, like, I've not seen anyone post that they've received it, which is weird because, I mean, they shipped, when they did that Northern Lights thing, I mean, that stuff came quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they didn't wait till the end of it. They sent every one of them separate.
I probably had 10 or 12 people on Twitter tag me and say that they won.
Dang. Well, congratulations to all the winners out there. I mean, my picture was drinking a pitch black in the totality with the street lights on.
Let me see if I can find my picture. My picture turned out pretty well, I think.
Well, we were doing the live stream.
It was a fun live stream.
That was fun.
A lot of them were fun. Even like we were up like at 3 in the morning till 7 in the morning doing those Northern Light
Northern
ones.
Light.
And those were a
so fun.
blast.
It was fun, even though Phil didn't get pickles. on his.
Yeah, right. I mean, this guy here doesn't even know how to enjoy chicken fillet.
Afterwards, Bob was like, "Man, people were really opinionated about the pickles."
Right? I mean, that was like the main thing. People weren't even worried about the pitch black or the total
I thought it
eclipse.
was-
They were pickles.
I thought
Bobby,
it was.
the comments were, Bobby, quiet, he's ordering.
I thought it was fun how excited Bob got when it started happening, because I don't know if
Yes.
if you expected it to get that dark and stuff.
No,
but you were like a little
I've
kid.
been in them before, right? I think we've
Yeah.
all been at an eclipse, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of like it's maybe cloudy or something, but this like got dark, and you can't tell on the cameras because these cameras are like
Auto adjust for the.
they try to
darkness.
adjust and make it look like nothing's happening, right? That's why when you move back and forth, you can see the backgrounds change and all this kind of stuff. But it got dark, and I was like, "What?" No, it blew my mind. It was actually because people were like, "Oh, it's gonna be dark." I was like, "I've been in them before, never seen it like dark." So
Oh, that's not going to be. I sent a link of my my picture that I tweeted. I don't think it turned into a clicky link though.
it's on Twitter.
Yeah.
Did you only post on Twitter? Did you post on Instagram?
I did only post on Twitter.
Okay, so did I.
I think bringing back the clear Gatorade. I think this is
Okay.
the clear Gatorade.
Oh wow.
When I zoomed in, it says black cherry down here. Gatorade had a promotion where underneath the caps it had a NBA team and a number, and it was so like if it said Bulls in 6 and the Bulls won the finals in 6 games, then you were a winner. And so at the beginning of the playoffs, I went around to all the stores because the clear Gatorade, if you flipped it over and held it just right, you could read the bottom of the cap without opening it. So I just went around and bought all the teams that were in the playoffs.
Nice.
Which I did have Bulls in 6, and the Bulls won in 6 that year.
Nice.
And I sent it in. I got a little swag bag. I still have it, a Gatorade duffel, and it came with towels and bottles and a T-shirt and headband.
Wow.
I think, yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm going through your Twitter. You get a lot of Supernova. Is that Supernova?
Like,
Yeah. Looks like people have been sending you some cans lately.
Yeah, so I have I did repost the same picture a couple times.
Oh.
But
Okay. Here's your picture.
I did have another creator.
Citrus cherry, huh? You went with
Yes.
the Game Fuel.
The 2 cans of Supernova that I have, I had another creator on Twitter send them over my way, which I was very, very grateful for. One of these days, I'll have to come up with an excuse to crack one open.
Is this you?
That is me.
Well, your hair looks really blonde in this picture.
What if it's the lighting?
And it does not look real blonde on my computer screen right now. Are you blonde?
Natural blonde, yeah.
Man, my lighting is terrible here. It looks black on this picture to me. And
man, we've been going for an hour and 44 minutes.
There it
Yeah,
is.
I think
That's
it
a
turned
pretty
out
cool
really
picture.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is
that's
cool.
really cool. Where are you? Oh, Walmart parking lot.
Yeah, I was working when
I see it
went
in the
outside for the
background. Yep.
eclipse.
Did they shut down and let everyone go outside during that?
They did actually. They
I heard of a lot of places were doing that.
They like closed all the registers, and even let like the cashiers, and I think like they came on overhead like an hour before it and said like
Make your
at this
purchases,
time
or
stores gonna be
wait
closed.
another hour until
Yeah.
we're back in here. Yeah, it was really cool. and way worth, if you're within a couple hours, it's worth driving to. If I don't know about flying over to Italy or somewhere next year whenever they have it, but it's worth, if you're within a couple hours, it's worth going to.
Definitely.
Phil didn't get to enjoy the totality.
It was too far for me.
Didn't I see? I don't remember what year it is. Isn't Colorado going to be in totality for an eclipse?
Yeah, and probably like 12 years or something. But I think they are. Yeah, we'll all meet there. We'll all meet at Phil's house.
Yeah, come on over.
We'll do live. We'll do the live broadcast from Phil's house. With that 1,000 subscriber button, YouTube button in the background. I love it.
That's a gift from my brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube doesn't send out the 1,000 subscribers.
They should.
They should.
Right? Yeah, getting subscribers is rough.
I think I have.
Especially when you're probably super specialized in what your content is.
Yes.
we only really talk about one thing. But, well. Do you do a lot of YouTube?
So I've only very recently started to kind of dabble in YouTube. Let's see. I have 13 subscribers.
All right, folks. There you go. There's 4 people on here right now. We have in the comments his link page, which I'm hoping has.
Oh, I don't think it has my YouTube.
Oh, great. We're going to have to add that in at the end of the video. We'll get it posted. But, yeah, you need to get on there and hit the subscribe button. What do you primarily put on there?
So at some point I want to start doing reviews or news clips or something of some sort on there.
Yeah.
Right now it's actually on a completely different side of the coin. I do a lot of streaming on Twitch. So a lot of what I have on YouTube is like highlights and clips from my Twitch streaming.
Which is what? What's Twitch streaming?
So
we're old guys that are just like screwing around with this stuff. So like a lot of it is just like, we're not getting into, this is what we're doing. And
so Twitch is...
it's video games mostly, right?
It's mainly gaming.
Okay.
I know there's people on there that do... There's people that do just chatting. I did a stream recently that I was talking about Mountain Dew with some other folks. We did... How long ago was that? We did like a March Madness style Mountain Dew tournament. We called it Dew Madness.
Nice.
So
what did we call
did
ours? We didn't have a cool name, did we?
So we had a snake style draft, and we went around and picked flavors, and then
cool.
we ran polls every day, just head to head, and then whoever's pick won.
You've got
won
a
the
Canadian
tournament.
versus American Dew stream coming soon.
And my number 7 pick won the whole tournament. Pitch Black 2.
Nice.
But I know, so lost my train of thought. that was a lot of fun, the Dew Madness, and I know the person that did that is actually who sent me the Supernova. I know every year he's hoping to like grow it, make it a little bit bigger, get more people involved in it. And I told him, hey, call the Mountain Duo.
All right, we're in.
I bet they'd like to get in on it.
Yeah, we're down for any and all. I mean,
I do remember seeing some of the polls and stuff that went out. So yeah,
yeah, there was some shocking polls there.
Yeah,
like I remember, Sweet Lightning almost beat out Revolution.
Sweet Lightning is too sharp for me.
Have you?
But you mix it with something, and it takes that sharpness off, and it just tastes like sweet peach, and it's amazing. Like the smell when you first get it, like the smell is so good.
Oh yeah.
And then it's got a Listerine kind of taste to me. And I was like, oh.
I could see it.
But then I mixed it with Code Red, and it was like the cherry kind of went away, and it was just like straight peach. And I was like, oh, my goodness, this is the way to drink it.
Have you had it with the blackberry?
Not yet. All I've had was the other day I went, and they did. So we went. Phil came down here last October. 2 Octobers ago.
Yeah.
When we first got this started. I mean, we've been talking about this for a lot of years.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened, and we were like, hey, let's start we can do Zoom, because that's the first time we'd heard, even though it'd been out for 20 years, evidently. It's the first time either of us, or at least me, have ever heard of it. And so we were like, we could start doing this where we talk to each other. And he was like, yeah, we could review Mountain Dew flavors or whatever, because we always send him pictures and stuff. So all right, let's start. Then we talked about it for 3 or 4 years. And then we finally pulled the trigger. And he came down for a concert, did a couple here, and one of them was Sweet Lightning. And we went to KFC, and we're like, we're here for the Sweet Lightning. And the guy's like, man, someone cut the line yesterday, and it flooded out the whole thing. We don't have any more of it. We're like,
they had a bunch of fans blowing and stuff. Like,
yeah,
okay.
Like, oh, dang it. So when I went back last week at Friday, I don't know what day. And it was like, all right, I'm going to do this black. And they're like, our machine's broke. We don't have that specific flavor. And I'm like, I text Phil. I was like, it's still broken. It's been like 2 years. But then they were like, you can mix it with whatever flavor. So we'll give you a Mountain Dew. You want to try the Mountain Dew? And then so I did a really quick, like, live instant deal.
Oh, yeah, I watched that.
And it's good. That black. And so now it really got me like, I kind of want to bring some other cans in there and just have them squirt it in the cup of ice and then just pour my own can. You know what I mean? Not go to the fountain. I was like, hey, can you just give me some squirts of that stuff and I'll go fill it up over here. And then I just got my own cans and like try my own mixtures. But
that'd be good with Baja Blast.
It was almost a blueberry-ish taste to me.
Yeah.
I don't know how close blackberries and blueberries are. 3-3. Gosh, dog it.
Well, you tried the maple syrup, right, with the Mountain Dew?
That worked better than I expected it to.
Yeah, it seems
and
sweet.
That's at IHOP that has that?
Yes.
It might be gone now. I know it was all April long. I don't know how long it extended beyond April. But since it was just a syrup and it was just maple syrup, it makes me wonder if they would still be able to do it.
IHOP is 24 hours, and Phil still has 2 more hours of
there you
So
go.
He can run in tonight.
Maybe I should head over there and say, hey, that maple syrup flavoring was only for April.
Yeah, when you're getting rid of it, can I just take that pump?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can try it in every flavor.
Yeah.
Did they just score again?
I hope not. I think that
was replay. Okay.
We're invested.
How long were you in Colorado? Are you from Colorado?
So I'm from Ohio. I was in Colorado for 4-ish years.
And just Colorado Springs, or?
Yep. I worked up in Denver a lot. Denver, Highlands Ranch, Evergreen, sometimes.
Right on. Well, we went to Highlands Ranch High School.
We did.
I really liked Highlands Ranch. What I got to see of it.
Your Highlands Ranch is way different than my Highlands Ranch.
It's changed a lot over the years.
Yeah. When I got there was still a lot of fields and stuff. And when I went back last December, I was like, what road are we on? He's like, oh, this is this road. I'm like, no. I mean, there's houses everywhere now. I was like, man, this doesn't even look anything. I don't think I could find my way around. you know, because the things that I'm used to seeing, and okay, I turn whenever I get to that field, I'm gonna, you know, it's not there anymore, so I just keep driving and be like, well, golly, where was I supposed to turn?
I don't know which one of you I was talking to.
Probably both.
I think it was Phil.
I think so.
But there was a time that I was working at the Highlands Ranch Walmart.
Oh,
And
yeah.
this was like 2 years ago.
Where's the Highlands
And-
Ranch Walmart?
Right
It's
off
right at-
the highway, right?
Right at Quebec and 470.
Yeah.
Quebec? The one over by Acres Green?
Yeah.
That's the Highlands Ranch one?
Yeah. The Avs just scored.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay, I know where that one is. Yeah.
So yeah, I was 2 years ago or so. I was working in the back room at Walmart, and you know, I don't even know. I was throwing away some cardboard or something, and I just happened to turn around because I noticed something out of the corner of my eye, and I looked. I saw the Mountain Dew in the back room, and there was like 4 or 5 cases of Mountain Dew whiteout bottles. And I hadn't seen whiteout in Colorado at all.
Did you take it?
So I ended up going out to the floor, and there was some out in the coolers. I think I bought probably 16 or 20. And I posted on Reddit, and I think everyone on Reddit came and bought the rest of them. But then I never saw it again after that.
Yeah.
But then I looked at the codes on the bottles, and it was like that they had been imported from like Wisconsin or something.
So that's where my cousin was that sent us that picture. She's from Wisconsin, and they golly, I wish. Yeah, I guess they can only have so much shelf space, especially since soda. I don't know if you've noticed, but Phil and I have talked about it. Like at gas stations and stuff, is getting squeezed out by energy drinks and maybe alcoholic drinks and stuff like that. Like the soda shelving is basically 1 or 2 coolers now, and it used to be like the whole wall, and now it's energy this, energy that. Like, so
and even like the canned coffee drinks and stuff now are all coming in there. And
all the Starbucks drinks.
Yeah.
So I think there's just not enough shelf space.
I know a lot of people get really upset. I'm torn 50-50 on this. A lot of people are really upset just with all the exclusive flavors that they do, right?
Because they can't get it in their area.
Exactly. And on one hand, I get it because, you know, you got Uproar that was in like 7 different states.
Yeah, North Carolina and
Virginia. Yeah. And then you got, you know, like Vibe. I think there's only 200 or 300 witches in the country. But so I see that, but on the other hand, the way that I think about it is just the alternative is just that we never get the flavor at all.
Right.
And I think that people are under the impression that the alternative is that it just is released everywhere, which that'd be a great.
Right. That's not feasible with the number of flavors that they had. Like, although wishful thinking, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
There was a picture that I took of the shelves in like 2017 or 2018. And it had, you know, whiteout, pitch black, citrus cherry, 2 Game Fuel flavors, live wire cans.
Probably what's the one in the glass bottles?
Dewshine
probably was out at that same time.
Black label, white label, green label, the spiked. And just I think what happened when they did that was just, you know, you add so many SKUs, and I feel like it almost starts to self-cannibalize on their sales.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer, but it seems like then they do too many, and then a bunch of them go away, which is kind of what happened in like right before COVID when they took away Pitch Black. I saw a message and then I lost it.
Oh, did I had up there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
At least in Canada, IK varies store to store, but soda company, you only have a certain amount of spots available at each store. Yeah, it's not. There's just too many drink choices out there now, and part of that though is all the other drinks are trying to add all these extra flavors, and I don't know. So in Louisiana, Coke is king. Okay, I think up in Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Pepsi rules the roost. But in Louisiana, the grocery stores, like you go in Walmart, and the Coke products are one whole aisle. Like the left side of that whole aisle is nothing but Coke products. Then a third to a half of the other side is all the Pepsi products. So they're all in a little section, whereas the Coke stuff is like end to end. And so they're the king. But yeah, that's where I get my live wires up. Wisconsin, Minnesota. I get that from my cousin, my aunt. They bring it down whenever they meet my parents somewhere, and we fade out. My cousin really likes thrashed apple, which R.I.P. Which I guess they moved that out to put in Purple Thunder. Is that
Purple Thunder?
the reason? But I felt like that one was pretty good.
So, as I understand it, it was just that Kroger wasn't happy with how well. I think it was a lot of times it was just sitting on the shelves and outdating. For me, thrashed apple was kind of an I could take it or I could leave it flavor, honestly.
I think I really like that green apple, Jolly Rancher, and that's very good. But so let me ask. This is another oddball question, but were there commercials for thrashed apple? How do people know about it?
It's a good question.
Or really any of the flavors. I mean, Baja Blast obviously had a huge marketing campaign during the Super Bowl.
Huge Super Bowl ad, yeah.
And so it was like, this is it. We're having a blast. Hashtag having a blast. But some of those other flavors, I'm not really sure if you're not following Team Supernova on Twitter and Instagram. I'm not sure that anyone would know that it was coming out.
Because to your point, I think sometimes their socials don't even post about, because they haven't posted about Purple Thunder Zero Sugar.
Right.
I think the biggest way you would know, I know when Thrashed Apple came out, well, at the time for me it was King Soopers, Kroger.
Yeah.
Had nice big displays inside the store, but that only gets the people that are already going to the store.
Right. And how many? I mean, I'm not trying to be, but like, my wife does most. I mean, 99% of the grocery shopping. So, and she's not buying Mountain Dew. And so, like, if I didn't, I'm not even sure how we figured out. I don't know how.
Probably I sent you a picture.
Probably. And then so it was like, oh, I got to go get that. But, yeah, thinking about different flavors and stuff, there is, I mean, was there Summer Freeze commercials? Is everything only on social media? Maybe. Or is there actually like mainstream like TV commercials, which I don't watch TV commercials anymore, so maybe that's why I don't know if they have these or not.
I'm trying to think too, because
but yeah, like
anytime I watch YouTube TV, it's something I record and I can just fast forward through the commercials.
Right. And I remember not too long ago, I went to the Mountain Dew YouTube channel to try to find an old commercial. And they did have some old commercials on there and stuff, but there was not anything recent on there. Or
Yeah.
there was like maybe a couple things. That was before the Super Bowl, so I'm sure they have all the Super Bowl stuff on there now. But it's not like that was even a good spot to go find commercials for them or anything. So it seems like if they had them on there, then people would be able to share them, and they might get some viral stuff. But
it's interesting. I just, out of curiosity, I pulled up YouTube and just did a search for Mountain Dew, and I had to scroll 3/4 of the way down the page to even see their official channel, yet alone anything from them.
Yeah. They're not, they don't do a whole lot on
those. They'll usually do a Super Bowl commercial, but it's usually for original Mountain Dew. They'll do like sponsorship stuff. Like they partnered with the NBA for a while before Starry got released, and then that partnership switched to Starry.
Yep.
They always have like the Dew Tour or stuff like that. I mean, maybe they develop commercials to play during the Dew Tour. I don't know.
There are like, you do see like some of that. Well, I used to. I don't know. Like there are Mountain Dew. Like I can remember Dale Earnhardt had the Dale duck call, and like, oops, spitting all over my mic there. Get a little excited. So there are Mountain Dew commercials.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I have seen Mountain Dew commercials specifically, like when you go to the gas station and you're filling up at the pump, the little screens. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen commercials there, but I don't think I've seen them anywhere else.
Right.
And even then, it's just the commercial that shows the core lineup.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I've seen commercial recently, like with the whatever NASCAR driver has the Mountain Dew sponsorship on their car,
right?
Stuff like that. But that, I mean, that ties in with sponsorship stuff too. They do a lot of sponsorship stuff, even within like gaming and stuff. Mountain Dew sponsored gamers for a while and stuff like that. So
probably still are. That's why they keep coming out with the game fuel. I'm assuming like they've got to keep pumping that.
They should probably sponsor the Mountain Duo.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, hashtag.
I mean, it just makes sense.
True.
Hashtag, come on, man.
I definitely feel like there's a lot of untapped potential with them, how they do their social media advertising, especially just with the exclusive flavors,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I hadn't really thought about it, but it does make me wonder, like, how many people didn't even know about Thrashed Apple, and now it's too late.
I mean, when you, like, in your world, like where you're posting, you've been doing this for 15 years, a lot of your followers and stuff are Dew people. So they kind of are in the know, and they want to know, and they want to try to find that stuff. But, like, one of the huge things that we have found in starting doing this, people were like, well, you're going to do one episode every week of a review of my, like, I mean, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do on week 4? Like,
yeah, people have asked me, so for 1 week you drink the green one, and the next one you drink the red one, and then you go back to green, or what?
Yeah, like a lot of people don't. It's like, well, we went 53 straight weeks
without repeating
anything, and people were like, wait, what?
List.
Yeah, and so they're like, I didn't know they had all those flavors. And that kind of goes back to, how would you know?
Yeah.
Or how would the general public come across? It's 5-3.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's under review. I don't know. But yeah, how does the general public,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a good point.
It's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe, I mean,
you
don't see a lot of...
I'll talk while you guys are trying to decide who's going.
You don't see a lot of like, Cherry Coke commercials or anything like that either. So, maybe those are just kind of, those other flavors that go along with, you just count on those selling because someone walks down the soda aisle and they're like, oh yeah, I'll try that one.
Yeah, but can you, like, as Kroger, though, got us onto this topic, like, can you really be upset
That
that
something's not
something's
performing
not
if you don't put
selling
any.
if there's actually, like, no, like, 99% of the U.S. population has no clue that it's even there.
True.
Right. Well,
I'm kind of
I don't know.
jealous that he's still drinking, and I'm like, I've gone through 2 cans.
Oh, this is my my Caribbean splash. I
Okay,
poured
yeah.
into
Well,
my glass.
I'm almost gonna crack open a third one because my mouth is getting.
So you know what I'm going to do, Bob? You mentioned this in one of your little flash reviews of mixing the two.
Oh,
Ooh.
the mix will knock your socks off.
So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Is it just like 1-to-1?
Close to 1-to-1 as you can because I drank some of this one and the bottle that I had. I don't know if you saw it, Tyler, but the bottle smelled like it'd been sitting in a cooler of water and getting moldy.
I did see that.
And I tried to drink it, and every time I would get that smell, and I was like, "Oh, this is not very good." And I was like, I smelled the bottle, and was like, "Oh my gosh!" Oh, dude,
It looks
golly.
orange.
Maybe that's why I like it so much.
Oh,
Is that it? Is that the drink?
it's like
Amazing. Yeah,
it's like taking the tropical punch and then adding the mango flavor to it.
it's man.
That's
I think that's the way to drink it. Me now, they're both delicious by themselves because I had a Laguna lemonade last night. Was my Denver Nuggets game drink, which for whatever reason they don't start these games till 9:00. I guess because they're more closer to the West Coast. So I try to make it to the end of the games, but yeah, that was it. I was like, man, so I might need to go buy some more 12 packs of these because I think I only have 3 over there right now. But
yeah, I got to try to find some more 12 packs before they disappear, if I can.
it just took us forever to find them.
Yeah.
And I've only found them, right?
What?
At the one Walmart.
You only found them at one
Walmart
Walmart.
Marketplace. That's the only place I
Wow.
have, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I haven't looked at other places. Once I found it there, I went and bought 2 different runs to get my 3 12 packs of each. And they had some way up on top of the shelf. And I was looking at it, and there was a guy, a Walmart guy, walking down. I was like, he said, "Hey, can I help you?" I said, no. I said, I got a ladder out in my truck. I'm going to go get it. I'm going to come up. And he's like, no. I was just messing with him, right? But he was like, no. He goes, I got a whole platform thing with a ladder connected. Let me go get that. And then he got up there, and he grabbed, what was it, a brisk? Maybe lemon lime or lemon iced tea brisk or something. I was like, no, I know the further back. That's why I was saying I need to go because it was like at the back of the shelf. Like he had to almost climb up there to reach it. It was so far back.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, his ladder was only. It was more of a platform than it was a ladder. It only had like 3 steps up to it, maybe
Yeah.
4. I don't know. It wasn't real high, so he was like, ugh. But he got him, and but I've been to a lot of places looking for it. I found it in bottles some places, but not in the cans. That was the only place I found the cans, which I'm a cans only guy. So
I think I found it. It took me a little while to find it. I think I found it first at Dollar General. But then like it felt like as soon as I found it, I see it at every store I go into. Every store I have gone into has had a nice big pallet display of it.
So I call my Pepsi guy here in Fort Worth from time to time to try to like locate and get like, hey, who's ordered them? What stores can I go to? And
Yeah.
the way it works is Dallas is what he tells me. And so I got to believe him. There's no reason, but he says Dallas is the main hub of it, right? So they get the first order, and Fort Worth side of the Metroplex kind of gets what they make, and Dallas doesn't order.
Like
So it's
leftovers?
kind of almost like Fort Worth gets the leftovers.
Weird.
And so if Dallas, I guess if they think it's going to be a good flavor, which might have been why it took so long for me to even find it over here and still not finding it very readily available, is maybe on these Baja flavors, Dallas side was thinking this is going to be a huge flavor, and they just kept ordering it all. And
That
someone's
could be.
saying that's how it works on Ontario.
Do you see Baja Blast a lot still?
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah.
What's interesting is I'm seeing it now again, but there was a couple weeks here that I was only seeing the Baja spinoffs because, like, literally, Baja Blast was selling so fast that it was selling faster than they could make it.
That's.
And
I mean, I believe it.
I checked the
8
sales.
years ago, I wouldn't believe it, but I do now.
I checked the sales at a couple of the Walmarts that I was working at, and I didn't believe it, but this Baja Blast was selling at the same rate as original Pepsi and original Mountain Dew.
Wow.
Maybe I'm not giving Baja Blast enough credit.
I mean, obviously, it's on my top 10 items to pick at Sam's Club, and like I told you, my wife does 99% of the shopping, and so for 236 packs of Mountain Dew to make the top 10 list,
Yeah.
I'm going through it pretty. And actually, you know what I found is really good? If you mix the original and Baja Blast.
I'll have to try that.
So I saw a little video online about how to make a cowboy hat out of a case of beer box, and I was like, I want to make a cowboy hat, but the beer boxes are a different shape than the soda boxes. So I was like, oh, I need to get the big boxes from Sam's Club. So I was like, I'll get Baja Blast, and then I'll save those boxes to make a cowboy hat out of. So I decided I needed 2 of them to make a cowboy hat. And I went in my basement storeroom earlier today, and I realized I now have 5 of the 36 packs that are emptied. I've emptied 5 of them between this year and last year's limited release.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh man, I'm going through that. And there's one that's half gone in the garage.
Phil's part of why they're in the top 10.
That's right. Phil's killing it. Man, it like, as much as I hated on it, it is in my top 3, top 5 easily right now. And it's just so good.
I would say it's probably top 30 for me. Top 30. Like
top 30? 30?
Yeah. 30.
We
gotta do better background checks on the folks who we're inviting on here.
What would you say are your top 3? People always ask us, what's your favorite flavor? That's a really hard question to answer because it changes. Yours may be Supernova. So what are your top 3 or top 5?
I think I can do top 5. So number 1, of course, Supernova. Number 2, Pitch Black. Number 3 would be Citrus Cherry Game Fuel. Number 4, and my favorite flavor that they've put out in the last 10 years, Purple Thunder. Huge fan of Purple Thunder.
Yeah, that one. That was a game changer when it came out.
Number 5, I would probably say is Uproar.
You had to do it. I mean, there's all those flavors, and you had to pick.
It just because it's a strawberry kiwi flavor, and I expected everything strawberry kiwi is always very strawberry forward, but it's a very kiwi forward drink, and it was very very tasty. Sorry, I'm continuing to do it to
I
you.
know, man. Phil and I in high school used to kill on some King Supers kiwi strawberry.
They had these 2 liters of kiwi strawberry. I don't
Might have
even
been
know if
3
it was
liters.
carbonated.
I don't know.
Might have just been juice.
Yeah, we're not really sure.
Fago makes some sort of kiwi strawberry something that I took it and I mixed it with original Mountain Dew, and it's not exact, but it reminds me of Uproar.
What did I mix that reminded me of that it could? And I have not tried it. I need to. I need to run over to Casey's and get me some more Overdrive. I mixed Code Red. And something yellow, because I think I mixed it for the Chiefs game. So I mixed the two.
Maui Burst?
Maybe it was Maui Burst and Code Red, and I was like drinking it. I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me, but I hadn't had it in 6 months. Overdrive. I was like, oh, this could be Overdrive. So I need to go get some Overdrive, and since we have it now in the Metroplex, Casey's.
Bob, can you do your top 5 right now?
Top 5: OG, Livewire, Baja Blast, Spark. I'm back on the Spark run. I was in it last summer, and it's so refreshing. And now I'm back on it, and I have stocked up, so I've got like 6 cases over there of it because I thought it was rolling out of here. So I'm kind of super excited that it has not left yet. Is that 4? Is that 5? 4? How many did I give you?
That was 4.
4?
That was 4.
Man, Code Red is always kind of in there too. But I'm looking at it right now, and it's kind of calling my name as Mystic Punch.
That was a good one,
which I thought was
good.
A really good one.
Yeah, we know you like the pink, like you said earlier.
Yeah,
but we talk about, man, Mountain Dew does not miss on the purples.
This is true.
Mystic Punch, the Passion Fruit Punch, Purple Thunder, like that, and even Pitch Black has that little purple tint to it.
Yeah,
like the purple ones, they don't miss on those.
Definitely.
Yeah, Livewire. Phil, what's yours?
Man, I think I think probably Code Red is my all-time favorite, so I'm gonna put that at number 1.
Yeah.
Then I would go, I think probably Purple Thunder, Maui Burst.
Yeah,
I've been drinking
you're on
so much Maui Burst for a while now.
Yeah, you're on that kick.
I love it. And summer's coming up, and I'm probably just gonna be drinking a whole lot more of it during the summer. Baja Blast. Probably, I want to say Deep Dive. I wish I had more of it where I could drink it more freely. It was really good.
Well, we had 6
It was really good.
And we only drank 1 between the 2 of us.
Right.
But
we shared the love. That was good.
Yeah. Yeah, we shipped it out.
I was just so blown away by how much I liked Purple Thunder.
Yeah.
Do you have Circle K? Or did you have to get Kroger?
So
King
when
Soopers.
so I was still in Colorado when it came out initially. So Circle K was everywhere where I was there. So I was able to have it here, there, and now that I'm out here, I have Circle K and Kroger both. And it's just one of those flavors that, like Voltage, for instance, I don't think is good on the fountain compared to the cans or the bottles. But Purple Thunder, fountain, freeze, can, bottle, it's good any way you have it. in
I
my
agree with
opinion.
that 100%. I'm an only cans guy, but Phil said talked about it that like the fountain of that is really good, even though
Oh yeah.
it's a different color as it drips out into the foam. It's blue, not purple. I don't know how that works, but
The foam is blue, but as the foam goes away, then it's purple drink.
yeah. The drink is purple, but yeah, you're right.
I just I've told a lot of people that Purple Thunder is just, when I heard that there was going to be a plum flavor of Mountain Dew, that is exactly what I was hoping it would taste like, and I was not disappointed by it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's a
There's
good one.
there's a Circle K right by my work that's like, it's a pretty new one. It's one of the big fancy ones. And the fountain at that Circle K, the Purple Thunder is just like perfectly mixed. And like I feel like fountains, they're hit or miss. There's
Oh,
always
yeah.
a different consistency. They've got that dialed down. It is so good. That's
Well,
typically pretty much every time I leave my office to go out to lunch, I stop at that Circle K and I get a big old,
Oh yeah.
as big a cup as I can find, Purple Thunder, and then I take that wherever I go to lunch and I just drink that with my lunch. So
That's yeah. What's your go-to breakfast drink?
Hmm.
Do you do it? Do you do a more hashtag morning dew?
Trying to think what. I think usually, like when I'm getting around in the morning, I think usually I'll grab like a Rockstar or a C4. But you don't. Sometimes I'll grab.
So you're the reason why the energy drinks are taking over the shelves at the gas stations.
Some of it, but not all of it. The
Golly.
Celsius, that's not me.
Well, none of that's me. I'm basically Mountain Dew or almost nothing. I drink some water here and there and some milk with dinner, but I'll go out of my way to find some Mountain Dew. I think the OG is a good breakfast one.
That's true.
Just because it's got orange juice in it, right? So
Yeah.
I'd like to tell people it's a healthy drink and it's a good morning drink.
But Livewire has orange juice in it too.
Does it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but that one would
Code
be
Red
good.
does
But
too.
I'm very limited on. Let's say I got 4 cases, but
A finite
Livewire.
supply.
yes, I don't. It's not as easy to just grab like the OG or a Baja Blast and
Right.
just slam it because those are everywhere. Goal
Little empty netter.
with 1.9 seconds to go.
This one's over.
Yeah.
I like I think probably my most consistent is Code Red in the mornings. There's just something like when the days when I don't eat breakfast most days. The day usually on the weekends I'll cook a nice breakfast though, and if I get a breakfast burrito or something that's kind of savory like that, being able to wash it down with the Code Red is perfect.
What's MM?
Major Melon.
Major Melon.
Oh.
Hmm.
That I feel like to me that would be a little rough in the morning.
It's sweet,
Yeah.
very sweet. I think it would be fine. I think ones that would be hard in the morning are like the lemonade ones, just because I feel
You're
like
not a
after I brush
lemonade
my
guy.
teeth. Yeah, but I think those
That's
like
not fair.
if you brush your teeth and then try to drink one of these, it's going to have that sharp.
That clash.
Yeah,
But who brushes their teeth when they know they're going to be drinking a dew?
it's true. All right. Well,
Yeah, it's super late.
this
Tyler,
was really
we
fun.
appreciate you. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
Happy to be here.
perfect. Well, we're gonna get on and try to watch your. Let us know when that Canadian
Yeah.
deal goes down. Is that gonna be on? Are we gonna see that on YouTube?
I might sometimes I multi-stream to Twitch and YouTube. I'll probably do it on both.
All right. Well, let us know
Yeah.
when that's
Absolutely.
coming up, and we'll check it out for sure. And folks, make sure you support Team Supernova. He's got all the inside information. He gave out leaked some stuff tonight. Super cool. But he's the go-to guy that I know of all things Mountain Dew, PepsiCo, finding that kind of stuff out way ahead of time. And we appreciate you being on here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. We're going to do it again, maybe. Yeah? No?
I think
If
so.
you're
We
down,
should.
I'm down.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am Broken Warhawk. What? I am Broken Warhawk on Twitch. I followed him on Twitch. I don't have
All right.
Twitch.
We
Phil,
don't-
do you?
Yeah. No, we're old.
Yeah, that's why you were gone, and I told him. He's like, "Yeah, I got TikTok, and I was like, "We're just two old dudes that are trying to do the internet thing, and we're like, this is what we're gonna do, and that's
keep
gonna be
telling
what
me.
we do."
Yeah. People keep telling me, "Hey, you should do TikTok." And I'm like, I'm not. I'm
Yeah, we're struggling with just the ones that we do, and we don't even do that many.
right.
Yeah.
So.
it's-
Yeah, but this was really fun.
Yeah,
Thank you so
definitely.
much.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we might reach back out and do like we're thinking about maybe just finding some other people within the Dew community and just do like just a 5 quick questions or something and just make some short videos or something like that. So we might reach out and just make something short like that and then kind of start a
Nothing
little
that we
series of
do
those.
is short because there's a
I
mic in front
I
of
can
you.
edit it short maybe.
Okay.
I can edit
was
it
gonna
short.
Say, like I start talking and it's like it's over with.
I'll just mute you and then you'll
Yeah, I'll still
you'll
be
just-
talking.
All right.
But
Well,
It's
thank you
super late
everybody
for
for
him.
watching. Thank you
Because
for people for
yeah.
commenting. And
yeah, super duper fun.
yep. All right. I'm Phil,
I'm Bob,
and we are.
the Mountain Duo.
All right. I don't have anything left to slam. I drank it all.
I was trying to. Well, we're doing that. Oh
Trying
yeah,
to
we
get
got
some music going?
Yeah, I was like, man, we're gonna have our music going. It just did it mute us?
Probably.
You started talking, and maybe it was just in my ear because I was trying to adjust the volume on there. But
All right. See, it's real professional, Bob. Real professional.
what happened?
I don't know if they can hear us or not. I'm ready to sign it off. Now I'm waiting
Yeah.
for the song to end.
Go ahead and hit end. You ready? Slam it.
Sure. All right. Thank y'all.
Let's go.
See ya.
See ya.